There was, however, an increase recorded for total loans and advances. Installment sales credit as well as mortgage advances grew marginally, while credit extended to households also recorded a minor tick-up in the period. Households have been affected by the elevated interest rate environment, while banks also tightened their lending standards due to high and rising default rates. Debtbusters, a debt management company, says consumers mainly take on debt to supplement their incomes as a result of the high inflation and high interest rate environment wiping off disposable income. The organization says most consumers struggling to keep up with their debt repayments are mostly young and first-time homeowners who may not have made room for possible interest rate hikes when they bought houses.
There has been increase in terms of judgments and summonses related to some particular types of debt, and these are particularly with monies owed to schools. We've seen that. Monies owed to small businesses, particularly small medical practices, attorneys' offices, and an increase in monies owed to municipalities as well as to body corporates. Those two have actually increased substantially, and I think it's just a sign of those type of debts being deprioritized by the consumers because they have to deal with other things that are more urgent.
Sega says the number of people reaching out for assistance with debt management has been higher since the beginning of June.
We have certainly seen an increase, like I said, since basically the beginning of June. It's been up until that it was more muted. Still more interest compared to a year ago, certainly much more compared to 2 years ago. And interest rates are the biggest driving factor when it comes to that, along with inflation being the second factor. And I think it's just a necessary way of trying to deal with that. Often it makes up the largest portion of someone's monthly expenditure. And it's not something that we often think about. Is it something that I can get restructured? Is it something that I can extend? And I think it's important that people realize the answer to those questions is yes, if your circumstances are meriting.
Economists say credit growth will likely remain subdued in the months ahead because of the weak economic environment and high interest rates. Meanwhile, Reserve Bank data shows the annual growth in broad money supply decreased further to 4.7% in May from 5.7% in April. Gloria Safago Musi, SABC News, Johannesburg.